The world has just been shaken by a bold claim. Ukraine says it carried out a devastating attack on a Russian submarine in the Black Sea. If true, this isn't just another skirmish. It could mark a turning point in the ongoing conflict. But here's what makes it even more tense. Russia's Ministry of Defense hasn't said a single word. Complete silence. And in the world of military strategy, silence can be louder than any bomb. The Black Sea has always been a strategic chessboard. For Russia, it's a gateway to the Mediterranean, a lifeline for its naval power, and a buffer for its southern flank. Losing control here, or even suffering a high-profile strike, hits both military strength and national pride. This is a region where every submarine, missile, and warship carries political weight. Throughout history, the Black Sea has seen moments that changed the course of wars. During the Cold War, it was a quiet front of constant surveillance, submarine patrols, and secret exercises. Every move was calculated, every ship a piece in a complex game of deterrence. Today, the stakes are just as high. Ukraine claims to have struck one of Russia's most advanced submarines. A vessel designed to lurk undetected beneath the waves and launch deadly missiles from thousands of kilometers away. Imagine a chessboard. Every piece represents not just soldiers or equipment, but leverage, strategy, and potential devastation. By targeting a submarine, Ukraine is moving a piece that could provoke a massive counterstrike. Moscow is now in a position where every decision matters, and the world is watching, waiting to see how it will respond. This is where our story begins. The storm isn't coming, it's already here. And what unfolds next will reveal not just the military tactics of two nations, but the broader consequences for global security. As the world processed the news from the Black Sea, another signal emerged. This one, impossible to ignore. Russia's Air Force has not been idle. Independent flight monitoring reports confirm something remarkable, a large-scale maneuver of Russia's strategic bomber fleet, including the legendary Tu-95MS and the supersonic Tu-160. These aren't routine training flights. This is a deliberate, high-stakes preparation. Picture it. Massive bombers, engines roaring, lifting off into the cold skies of the Far East. Each aircraft is like a silent, looming giant, carrying enough firepower to reshape a battlefield from thousands of kilometers away. Analysts estimate that, combined, the Tu-95MS and Tu-160 fleet could carry up to 60 high-precision cruise missiles. That's a devastating arsenal capable of striking key targets across Ukraine without ever putting pilots directly in harm's way. The scale of this deployment is staggering. Aircraft repositioned to strategic bases, crews execute full combat readiness procedures, and electronic systems hum in anticipation of a potential strike. Imagine a hive of mechanical precision, planes moving like chess pieces on a massive, invisible board, each position calculated to maximize leverage. This is not chaos, it is cold, exact strategy. Military experts suggest that such a move is a signal, both to Ukraine and the world. It says, we are ready, we can respond, and we will. By showing the capability of the strategic bomber fleet in a visible, undeniable way, Russia demonstrates that any provocations, even from improvised attacks, have consequences. This sudden escalation turns speculation into reality. The chessboard isn't just theoretical anymore. The pieces are in motion, and the consequences could be immediate. For Ukraine, this is no longer a distant threat. It's a looming presence in the skies, ready to enforce Moscow's strategy. So why is Russia moving these massive bombers into position? This isn't random posturing. It's a calculated, strategic move designed to cripple Ukraine's ability to fight back. At the heart of this operation are specific, high-value targets: Ukraine's energy grid, military infrastructure, logistics hubs, and command networks. Think of it like cutting off the veins and nerves of an opponent. Without electricity, Ukraine's railways, the lifelines transporting Western weapons and ammunition, would grind to a halt. Tanks, artillery, and supply trucks couldn't reach the front lines. NATO support, no matter how abundant, would be delayed before it even arrives where it's needed most. Then there's the command structure. Modern militaries rely heavily on electricity and communications. If power is cut to key command centers, coordinating troops and responding to threats becomes nearly impossible. Orders get lost, units become isolated, and chaos spreads through the battlefield. And there's a third layer: morale. Soldiers and technicians rely on industrial facilities to repair vehicles and keep equipment operational. Take away the energy and their tools become useless. The psychological impact can be devastating. Troops feel exposed, operations slow, and the confidence to resist diminishes. Russia's choice of cruise missiles like the Kh-101, launched from Tu-95MS and Tu-160 bombers, reflects this logic. These missiles are stealthy, long-range, and precise. They can strike key nodes from thousands of kilometers away, minimizing risk to pilots while maximizing damage. In effect, Russia is targeting the backbone of Ukraine's defense and supply network without firing a single shot at frontline soldiers. This is modern warfare in action, precision, strategy, and leverage. It's not just retaliation, it's a chess move designed to paralyze the opponent efficiently. And every calculated strike strengthens Russia's position while showing the world that these bombers are more than symbols. They are instruments of strategic power. Before Russia's bombers were even in the sky, a spark may have ignited the escalation. Ukraine's claim of attacking a Russian Project 636 Varshavyanka-class submarine at Novorossiysk naval base. These submarines are not ordinary vessels. They are engineered for stealth, earning NATO the nickname Black Hole because they can move almost undetected beneath the waves. They are designed to hide, strike, and disappear without leaving a trace. If Ukraine's claim is accurate, it represents a remarkable technological achievement. The attack allegedly used unmanned underwater drones, essentially improvised, high-tech torpedoes developed with Western assistance, to penetrate the heavily guarded harbor and hit one of Russia's most advanced underwater assets. Imagine trying to sneak a high-tech toy submarine past a fleet of patrolling warships, sonar arrays, and underwater sensors. The odds are staggeringly low. Yet, no independent verification has confirmed the strike. No photos, no videos, no on-site evidence. That doesn't make the story any less potent, though. The psychological impact alone is enormous. For Russian military planners, even the possibility of a submarine being compromised demands attention. Every silent submarine, every patrol route, now comes under scrutiny. Historically, submarines like the Varshavyanka class have been central to Russia's strategy. They can launch land attack cruise missiles from deep waters, allowing strikes on distant targets without exposing the vessel or crew. Losing or even suspecting damage to such a submarine isn't just a tactical setback, it's a strategic alarm bell. This alleged attack sets the stage for what comes next, a decisive Russian response. Whether the submarine was actually hit or not, the potential threat to Russian naval assets is enough to justify moving the nation's strategic bombers into full readiness. It's the classic domino effect of modern conflict. One bold move triggers counter-moves, and the chessboard of the Black Sea, and beyond, comes alive. Speculation turned into reality. Reports now confirm that 7 to 8 Tu-95 MS bombers, Russia's iconic Bear, are airborne, triggering red alerts across Ukraine. This is no longer a hypothetical threat. It's a visible, undeniable signal that Moscow is ready to act. Imagine the scene: air raid sirens blaring across cities, command centers scrambling to assess incoming threats, and civilians watching the skies with a mix of fear and uncertainty. These bombers are massive, loud, and impossible to ignore. Even without firing a missile, their presence communicates power and intent. Ukraine's air defense systems are on high alert, scanning the skies for potential targets and preparing countermeasures. But these bombers don't need to fly directly over cities or battlefronts. Equipped with long-range cruise missiles, they can strike from thousands of kilometers away, staying well outside the reach of most defense systems. It's like watching a giant shadow loom over the chessboard, knowing a single move could change the entire game. Military analysts emphasize the psychological dimension of this deployment. The Tu-95 MS aren't just tools of destruction, they are a message. Every hour these bombers remain airborne reminds Ukraine and the world that Russia possesses the capability and willingness to retaliate decisively. This moment confirms something crucial. Russia isn't bluffing. The strategic pieces are in motion, and the consequences for Ukraine's infrastructure and military operations could be immediate and severe. The stage is set for a dramatic escalation, with precision, strategy, and the looming threat of devastation all intersecting in the skies above Eastern Europe. To understand the threat looming over Ukraine, we need to look closer at the machines themselves. The Tu-95 MS and Tu-160 bombers are more than just airplanes. They are symbols of Russian strategic power, honed over decades from Cold War designs into modern precision strike platforms. The Tu-95 MS, nicknamed Bear by NATO, may look like a relic with its propeller-driven engines, but don't be fooled. It's a long-range missile carrier capable of flying thousands of kilometers without refueling. Its real power lies in its ability to launch Kh-101 or Kh-102 cruise missiles from afar, striking critical targets without ever entering the enemy's air defense zone. Think of it like a remote-controlled arsenal hovering silently, ready to deliver devastating blows while staying out of danger. Then there's the Tu-160, the Blackjack. Supersonic, sleek, and designed for maximum payload, it can carry nuclear and conventional weapons over vast distances. Its speed and size make it nearly impossible to intercept, while advanced navigation and electronic warfare systems allow it to evade modern air defenses. Together with the Tu-95MS, these aircraft form a strategic duo capable of delivering both precision strikes and psychological impact. Modern upgrades have transformed these planes into true high-tech platforms. Digital navigation, GLONASS integration, electronic jammers, and stealth-capable missiles make them far more than old Cold War relics. They can disable command centers, cut off energy supplies, or strike logistics hubs with near-perfect accuracy, all while remaining largely untouchable. In short, these bombers are silent predators in the sky. Their presence forces Ukraine to rethink strategy, divert resources to air defenses, and brace for potential strikes on key infrastructure. They are proof that in modern warfare, even decades-old designs, when modernized, can still dominate the battlefield. Beyond the immediate threat, Russia's deployment of strategic bombers offers a set of clear lessons, not just for Ukraine, but for any nation observing modern conflict. First, efficiency is a weapon. By using long-range cruise missiles from the Tu-95MS and Tu-160, Russia can inflict maximum damage while minimizing risk to personnel. This is modern warfare in its most calculated form, precision over brute force. Second, airframe relevance still matters. The Tu-95MS may have been designed in the 1950s, but with upgrades, it remains a formidable tool. This teaches that technological modernization, even of old platforms, can keep military assets highly relevant decades later. In other words, a well-maintained, upgraded system can outperform newer but untested alternatives. Third, protecting strategic assets is critical. Russia has reinforced shelters, layered air defenses, and electronic protections around its bomber bases. This reflects a recognition that planes are only as effective as the infrastructure that supports them. In a broader sense, this principle applies to any modern military. If key assets are vulnerable, even the most advanced weapons can be neutralized. For Ukraine, the lessons are immediate and pressing. Its energy grids, military bases, and logistics networks are under potential threat, requiring rapid adaptation. Globally, nations are reminded that modern conflicts are not just fought on the front lines. They extend into the realms of cyber, infrastructure, and psychological strategy. This is the essence of modern strategic thinking. Anticipate the opponent's moves, leverage technology, and protect your own assets, all while creating pressure points that can decide the outcome of a conflict. Russia's recent moves show that when a nation combines strategic foresight with technological advantage, it can shift the balance of power dramatically and quickly. The pieces of the chessboard are now clearly in motion. From Ukraine's bold claim of a submarine attack to Russia's rapid deployment of Tu-95MS and Tu-160 bombers, the situation has moved from speculation to an undeniable demonstration of strategic power. Russia is not bluffing. The ability to strike Ukraine's fragile infrastructure is real, precise, and immediate. This escalation highlights the high stakes of modern warfare. It's no longer just about tanks on a battlefield or soldiers in trenches. Today, it's about long-range precision strikes, electronic warfare, logistics disruption, and psychological pressure. Every move is calculated to achieve maximum effect with minimal exposure. The consequences are both tangible and symbolic. A nation's power grid, command networks, and morale can be targeted from thousands of kilometers away. For Ukraine, the message is stark. Defending against such threats requires not just courage on the front lines, but rapid adaptation, hardened infrastructure, and innovative thinking. For the world, it's a reminder that strategic foresight and technological capability can redefine the rules of conflict overnight. As the storm unfolds above the Black Sea and across Eastern Europe, one fact becomes clear. The age of high-tech deterrence, precision warfare, and rapid escalation is not a future scenario. It is here, now. The skies are alive with the consequences of calculated moves, and every nation watching must understand that modern conflict is as much about anticipation and preparation as it is about firepower. If you want to follow this unfolding story and understand the real-world impact of these moves, stay tuned, subscribe, and join the conversation. This is a conflict where every detail matters, and knowing the moves on the strategic chessboard can make all the difference.